Hello YouTube. Today I wanted to do a video that I wasn't planning on making, but it kind of came up in light with the recent events that happened or occurred 2 days ago in a Bradford pear tree that I was in. This video is to stress the importance of communication between the climber and the groundsman. So what had happened that day was there was a ladder that was set up in a Bradford pear tree to make it easier for me to climb, that I went up, set the rope, and did all the work around the tree. Now at this point I want to stress the fact that morale was already low, because it was pouring rain, it was cold, it was muddy. All the groundsmen were just not happy. So what ended up happening was, on my way down, when I was descending, I was using the ladder as kind of like a step, so I was like using the ladder to like walk down the tree. And I told my grounds person, I said, look, it's muddy, can you please hold this ladder for me so I don't fall? And he said yes, and so I said, okay, this is a person I've known for a very long time, and I trust him. I still trust him, but the rope, I'm lucky I was tied on, because when I was walking down the ladder swung out from underneath me, and I slammed into the side of the trunk of the Bradford pear, and I bruised one of my ribs in the moment. And at that day, I was done. I got out of the tree, I got my rope, I packed up, and I went home. I was very angry and frustrated with my groundsperson for not properly communicating the fact that I needed to stop so that he could readjust the ladder, or take the ladder out from underneath me so that I could just rappel down off the branch of the tree. And I know incidents where people have had groundsperson feed their ropes through chippers. One of the people I'm not friends with, but I've heard a story, Samurai Joe had his rope in a chipper, and it was a rigging line, not his climbing line, and it shot him up a tree, and he slammed his unisender, and it broke in half, and it cut his face diagonally. I have been lucky enough to not have that happen to me, because like I said before, I have very good groundspeople, and I trust them a lot. This was just kind of an incident that had occurred because of poor communication, and it could have been so much worse. I was kind of expecting it to fall out the ladder, but if I had like really put all my trust into it and had like just completely ignored the fact that it was muddy, I could have slashed my face out on, there was a branch that was out that had split. I could have got a branch just through the side of my face, or I could have spurred one of my legs, bracing for the impact. I could have slammed into the tree and like slammed my head, gotten whiplash or concussion. Now, I was wearing my Protos, which was probably would have taken most of the damage, but I still might have gotten a minor concussion. But this is just a video to say, like, this is important. Like, if I didn't know that that ladder could have broke or fallen out, I could have not died, but have been seriously injured. It's just important to know the limits of the objects you're standing on and communicate that properly with the people that are doing your groundwork. I'm going to say this again and again, I'm very lucky the fact that I could not be smart enough just to have the know-how that ladder might have slipped out from underneath me, and I was almost very prepared for it, but I still slammed it to the side of the tree just because my foot slipped, because it was super wet. Today we have another job. I'm climbing again with a bruised rib, I think, and a fucked up shoulder, but I need to climb because I need to make money. I want to stress this again. It has nothing to do with my grounds person. It was just poor communication between both of
Like,
us.
say what you want about the homeless in New York City.
Yeah.
They didn't have their signs.
If you have any
Like in
questions,
California, they'll call up to you. and, like,
please
you
just
stick a can-
comment them. Yeah, I didn't want to make this video, but it happens eventually.